Hi everyone, welcome back to the coding series. Today's problem is reverse words in a string. Let's understand the problem statement. Given an input string S, reverse the order of the words. A word is defined as a sequence of non-space characters. The word in S will be separated by at least one space. Return a string if the words in return a string of the words in reverse order concatenated by a single space. Now let's understand that with the example. Here, given the string is the sky is blue. So, what you have to do is you have to reverse the order of the words. So, when you reverse the order of the words, blue comes first, followed by is, followed by sky, followed by the. So, blue is sky the. Okay. Similarly, say in the second example, here, note that S may contain leading or trailing spaces or multiple spaces between two words. So leading or trailing. Okay. So you have to remove them. You have to remove. The return string should have only one. You should have a single space separating the words. Do not include any extra spaces. So this you have to remove. This you have to remove. When you remove leading and trailing, then world hello. If you reverse the words, if you reverse the order of the words, it will be world hello. Similarly, a good example. So example good A. And note that S contains English letters, uppercase and lowercase, comma, digits and spaces. There is at least one word in a S. Now let's see how we can solve this. Okay. So let's take the example the sky is blue, or else we will take hello world. Okay. S is equals to hello world. Okay. So leading and trailing white spaces. Okay. How we can start this? So we will keep one pointer that point to the last index. Okay. We will initialize I to len of s minus 1. Okay. So I will iterate from left to right. Sorry, right to left. So I you have to iterate till you have reached at the first index, right? So I greater than or equal to 0. So what you have to write? Now, what you have to see is uh, whether you have any trailing white spaces or not. That is the first check. Okay. So for I greater than, sorry, I less than, yeah, for I greater than or equal to 0. Okay. And and if s of I equal to empty, okay, what you have to do? You have to decrement your I. So I to I minus. So when you do that, in this for loop, I is pointing to the last index. So I will be pointing here. So that is greater than or equal to 0, and s of I, here s of I is empty. So it comes inside the for loop and it will execute this condition. So your I, so when it execute, your I will point to here. Okay. Now again it will check. I is greater than or equal to 0, but S of I is not equal to empty because S of I is pointing to character D. So you will come out of the for loop. So now what you have to? So I will keep one J pointer because when you when you return when you return output string, how it should look like? It should look like world and followed by space and hello, right? So in that case, I shouldn't be changing this order. It should be kept as it is. So like this one. the word. I shouldn't reverse this word. Okay. So what I have to do, I will keep one j pointer that is pointing to the this I index. Okay. Now what I will do, when I do this, j will be pointing here, right? J will be pointing here. So next check will be, so once you have removed all trailing white spaces, you have to check till you get the any white spaces or not. Okay, till you reach the white space. So for I greater than or equal to 0 and s of I, it should not equal to empty. Till that time you have to decrement your I. So j is pointing here, your I should go here. Our main agenda is to get this world. So I kept my j pointer here and I moved my I pointer till I reach any white space. So my I pointer will be here. Okay. What I can do with the indexing, how you can just take one result and your result first it will be empty. Okay. You have to initialize result with empty. Okay, with empty space. Then what you have to do, world great. So how you can access this, you can access this with, so when it comes out of this, so our I, so first time I is pointing here. Okay, so it will check D. Yeah, D is not equal to, so your I pointer will be here. Again similarly I pointer comes here, I point comes here, I pointer comes here. So when it go again, when it check again in the for loop, your I pointer will be here, right? Because I greater than or equal to, but it is not equal to m, it is not equal to, it is equal to empty, so it won't execute this. So how to index, how you will get this world and I, how you get this entire world. So you can access that using the index. So I plus 1 is means this one, I is here, so I plus 1 is this one, to j plus 1, sorry, j plus 1. So in that case j plus 1 means it will point to here. So I plus 1 means starting from I plus 1 to till j you will access. So that will be world, right? So now, so you got, so we have appended, so result is equals to, so what you have to do, result result plus equal to s of I plus 1 j plus 1. Okay, so in that case you will, so when it comes here, your result will be pointing to world. Okay, so yeah, and now again so I is pointing to this white space, I is pointing to this white space. So what you will do, again you will go inside this for loop, you will check I greater than or equal to 0 s. So for I greater than s of equal to empty, so here I will be, after this for loop I will be pointing to here. So j will point to I, so j will be pointing to I. So again you will start and you will reach, for I greater than or equal to 0 means you will reach till here. Okay, when it, so till here your for loop will iterate and you will access your access same result plus equal to s of I plus s of j. But if you do that you will get world hello, but you have to separate them with the space. What I will do is, if len of result greater than 0, then what I will do, result plus equal to empty. So first time result is not greater than 0, so result will be when So for the first time when you access the world, your result is empty, so it won't reach this one. So it will come here and it will just append world. Second time second time result contains the world, right? So it is greater than 0. So you will separate, okay? You will separate them by space, okay? You will separate space. So that means world, and so your result will be like this. Your result will be like this. So next time, once it execute this, you will again access this hello. Access this hello. When you access this hello, what you get? So your result will be, so since you are appending, that will be world space hello. Okay. Now, so your I is pointing to here. So that means I is greater than or equal to 0. For I greater than or equal to 0, S of I, it is empty. So I minus minus. I minus minus means 0 minus 1 minus 1. I will be minus 1. When I will be minus 1, J is pointing to here. Okay. So it won't execute this. Even result is greater than 0. So what you have to do is, for I greater than 0, till I greater than 0, you have to iterate. Okay. So if result greater than 0, you will append it and then you will just return result. Okay. You will just return result. So I will show you the time complexity for this. I'll show you the code. So n and then result, and I will be pointing to n minus 1. That is the last index. So here for skipping spaces, tabs, new lines, as I mentioned, for I greater than or equal to 0, here, if you take this. So for I greater than or equal to 0 and S of I equal to empty, you will decrement, as I mentioned, decrement, and you will point to J. And so before indexing, okay, before indexing, I missed this condition. Before indexing, okay, so here, so here when we reached, okay, so so what I have here, we got I as 0. So when you keep I greater than or equal to 0, you will skip this, and before to this condition, keep if I. So I is, when you decrement, I is minus 1, right? So when I greater than 0 only you have to index, or else it will throw. And if I is less than 0, if I is less than 0, you have to break and you have to just return. That means your, that means it indicates that you have reached at the end of the what? You have completed all the iteration. You have checked all the words in a string. So you will break it. Okay. So if you do not do that, this will throw out of index. Okay. So yes, so when you do that, after that j equal to I, you will do, then for I greater than or equal to 0, for I greater than or equal to 0, and s of I not equal to empty, and s of I not equal to empty, I minus minus. Okay, as I mentioned, result greater than 0, you have to append word, then you have to do this, and you have to return result. Okay, you have to return result. So you have to return result. Let's submit this. See, all test cases are passed. All test cases are passed. Okay. That's all for today's guys. If you have any questions, please do add in the comment section. Like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.